Okay, so this video is about unit conversions, and what we mean by that is changing the unit on a number. So if you have a number that is currently in feet, but you would rather have it in miles, or if you have a unit that's in pounds, but you would rather have it in ounces, things like that. So common conversions. So the conversions we'll be using in this course are on the Some Common Conversion sheet that you can download and or print from Moodle. Now, some of these are approximations, some of these have been rounded. I know there are tons of unit conversion programs online, but these are the conversions that we're going to use in this class. Some of these you might already know, and as far as this course is concerned, you do not need to memorize any of them. So all of these conversions will be given to you. You can use them at any time on the final exam. If you need them, they will be provided. Okay, so basic idea. Let's look at some examples. So let's say I have something that's 4 feet and I want to know how many inches. Well, some of you already know, but let's sort of walk through the thought process. So I have 4 feet. So here's my 4 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4 feet. Then each foot has 12 inches, right? That's my conversion. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So what I'm really doing then is I'm taking each one of these feet and I'm breaking them up into 12 inches. So I have 12 inches in here, and I have 12 in here, 12 in here, and 12 in here. So if I want to know how many inches there are, I just add those up. 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. Well, that is repeated addition. Repeated addition is the same as multiplication. So what did I do? I took my 4 feet and I multiplied it by 12 inches per foot. So 4 feet times 12 inches per foot. Okay, another example. Let's say I have 33 teaspoons and I want to know how many tablespoons. So I'll draw myself a little picture. Here's my 33 teaspoons. If I check my chart, I check my conversion, there are 3 tablespoons per teaspoon. So then what I'm doing is I'm just looking at groups of 3. Here's a tablespoon, here's a tablespoon, here's a tablespoon, right? And I'm just saying, oh, well, if I take 3 of these, then they become a tablespoon. So what I'm doing is I'm grouping. I'm taking those 33 teaspoons and I'm putting them into groups of 3. Well, grouping is division. So I'm taking 33 and dividing by 3. So we're either taking a unit and we're breaking it apart, and each of those parts is getting broken into the same number, so that results in repeated addition, which is multiplication. Or we're taking some smaller units and we're grouping them together into larger units, which is division. So here are the 2 steps that we need to do to complete these problems out. I don't really love steps, but these are kind of the 2 big ideas or big things we need to do any of these unit conversions. So the first thing you need to do is you need to find the path. In other words, if you have a question that starts with feet and ends in millimeters, you need to figure out what conversions are going to get you there. So what the path is going to be. A lot of these paths, there are lots of different options, and any of those options are fine. So in this case, maybe we take feet and we convert them into inches, because that's one of our conversions on our paper. We take inches into centimeters, we have that, and then we take centimeters into millimeters. So this particular path would be essentially 3 small conversions to get to the end. And then for each step, we're either going to multiply or we're going to divide. So that's what the 2 examples on the previous slide were about, right? Noticing that when we do these conversions, we're either multiplying by the conversion factor or we're dividing by that number. And how we decide which way to go, we're going to think about it. And here's what we're going to think. We're going to think, should this number be bigger after the conversion or should this number be smaller after the conversion? So you need to think about the 2 units that you're converting between in that particular small step and think, should there be more of these or should there be fewer of these? Okay. Once you know whether that number should increase or decrease, then you just multiply or divide. If you multiply and it increases and that's what you wanted, great. If you multiply and it decreases and that's not what you wanted, then try division. Okay, so either multiply or divide and then choose the answer there. Choose which of those two that either makes it increase or decrease as you want it to. So a couple of examples. Let's convert 4 miles to meters. So maybe pause this video and try it on your own, and then we'll go through it. So one path. So this is the path that I chose, but again, there are several paths you could take. So I convert miles into feet, and then I convert feet into meters. So let's do it. Miles to feet. Okay, miles to feet, the number should increase because 1 mile has 5,280 feet. So a small number of miles would result in a large number of feet. So I'm going to take those 4 miles and I'm going to multiply by the 5,280. So far I know that 4 miles is equal to 21,120 feet. Then my next step is feet to meters. And this time my number should decrease because it takes several feet to make 1 meter. So I'm grouping my feet together to make a single meter. So this time my number should decrease. So I'm going to take that 21,120 and I'm going to divide it by 3 28/100ths. That's the conversion factor I'm using. So I just want to mention this quickly. I know it says this on your conversion sheet, but this little squiggly equal sign, the kind of wavy equal sign, is the symbol for almost equal. Right? So it's like, well, it's approximately, it's very close to. And so this is a symbol I'm going to use when I round or if the conversion factor isn't perfect. You can choose to use that symbol or not. That's up to you. But I'm just going to show you that is a symbol that I'm going to use. So I want to make sure you know what that means. So it means almost equal to. Okay, so what does this tell me in the end? 4 miles is equal to about 6,439 200ths meters. Let's do one more example just to make sure we got it. So 1 6300ths tons is how many grams? So again, pause this video, try it out, and then let's go through it. So I chose the path tons to pounds, pounds to kilograms, kilograms to grams. There are several different paths you can take. This is just one. If you took a different one, okay, that's fine. You should still end up with the same number of grams, right? But this is the one I'm going to work through in this particular video. So I'm going to do tons to pounds. So it's 2,000. So I'm going to take my 1.63 multiply by 2,000s. I should definitely end up with more pounds than tons, right? Each ton gets split up, broken up into lots and lots and lots of pounds. Okay, now from pounds to kilograms. Pounds to kilograms, I know that there are 2.2 pounds per kilogram, which means I'm grouping those pounds to make a kilogram. So I'm taking 2 2/10 of pounds to make a kilogram, putting them into groups. I'm dividing, I'm splitting them up. So the number of kilograms should be smaller. So I'm going to take my 3,260, divide it by 2 2/10. I'm going to end up with 1,481.81818181. That decimal actually repeats and repeats and repeats, so I've rounded it here. So that's why I have my approximately number. Also, my conversion is an approximate conversion. So now I'm at kilograms, and then from kilograms I need to go to grams. So my conversion factor between kilograms and grams is 1,000. Now, kilograms are big. So if I want to turn that into grams, I know then I'm going to break those kilograms up. So I'm going to take a kilogram, I'm going to break it into each one into 1,000 little parts, and those are my grams. So I'm going to take my 1,481, etc., multiply that by 1,000, I'm going to end up with 1,481,818 grams. And then I rounded, there's definitely some decimal places there, but I rounded that off. So 1.63 tons is 1,481,818 grams. Which makes sense. Tons are very, very heavy. Grams are not. So that's what this tells me. 1.63 tons is almost equal to 1,481,818 grams. Okay, so in summary, 1, find the path. Figure out how you're going to get from the unit that you have to the unit that you're being asked to find. So sometimes you can do this in one step, sometimes it's going to take 2 or 3 or 4, and there are lots of different paths that you can take. Second, multiply or divide by the conversion, whatever that conversion factor is, whatever that conversion number is, and make sure the number increases or decreases as you think it should. And I'm stressing here what you think. So you need to think about the question and make sure that your answer is reasonable. So for each little step, you need to make sure that if the number was supposed to get smaller, it got smaller. If the number was supposed to get larger, it got larger.